లోని బ్లిస్ ఈవెంట్స్ వేదికగా సద్గురు శ్రీ మధుసూదన సాయితో ప్రత్యేక ఆధ్యాత్మిక సాయంత్ర కార్యక్రమం ఘనంగా జరిగింది. ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఫర్ ఆల్ సంస్థ ఆధ్వర్యంలో నిర్వహించిన ఈ చారిటీ డిన్నర్ కార్యక్రమం ఆరోగ్యం, విద్య కలిసి సమాజాన్ని ఎలా మార్చగలవు అనే అంశంతో సాగింది. ప్రపంచవ్యాప్తంగా వెనుకబడిన వర్గాలకు పూర్తిగా ఉచిత వైద్యం, పోషకాహారం, విద్యను అందిస్తున్న వన్ వరల్డ్ వన్ ఫ్యామిలీ మిషన్ గురించి సద్గురు శ్రీ మధుసూదన సాయి ప్రేరణాత్మక సందేశాన్ని అందించారు. ఈ సమావేశంలో పెద్ద సంఖ్యలో భక్తులు, సేవా సంస్థల ప్రతినిధులు, భారతీయులు పాల్గొన్నారు.
Where do you come from? What does your family do? Who are you? No. If you can help them, you're going to do that. And one thing my travels have shown me is that people are people no matter where they are. And one thing that Education for All has done for me and shown me is expanded my thinking about my place in the world and how I relate to the rest of the world. And it's just an expansion to think we're not isolated, we're all connected.
I had heard about this mission from a lot of good people. I live in California, and I heard about this organization, met some good people involved with this, and sort of on my retirement, sort of as an adventure, I thought I would volunteer to come to Clarksdale for 6 months and explore the South, which I'd never been to, and do some good. I'd never been too much involved in charities. Maybe I reported on them sometimes as a newspaper reporter. But I am convinced that in the long run, the solutions to all these problems are in the areas that this organization focuses on: nutrition, healthcare, and education. I think those three things are the antidote to all the problems in the world.
Vanakkam, namaskaram, namaskara. I think it was Mark Twain who said the two most important days in your life. The first is the day you're born, and the second is the day you know why. Most of us have the first day known to us because we are born and we have a birth date, and then we celebrate that every year without fail. But the other day, the day when we know why we are born, is bigger than the birthday, because that is the day when we learn how to live, and that's more important than just being born or exist. So I keep telling people that we are born with a purpose, we are born with a certain destiny, and we are born to do something in this world that's unique to us. We are not the next person, we are us, we are ourselves. That is how we are all been created. So the youngsters or the elderly, everybody should know what is the purpose of their own life, whether you want to be a musician, a businessman, a teacher, a social worker, a doctor, anything. And that's the first part of the purpose. The second part of the purpose is you should be happy. You should be happy doing whatever you're doing. I just met someone downstairs from the local media, the Jyotsna. She's still filming me. She asked me, how do you balance yourself with so many things happening around the world? Even I don't have a count of it, truly. How do you balance? How do you manage to balance yourself? And I had to explain to her that I understand balance a little differently. It's not the work-life balance. It's not the spiritual and the worldly balance. It's not the personal and professional balance. For me, it's the inside and outside balance. The inside of you and the outside of you should be in balance, which means you must do outside what you are on the inside. If these two don't match, that's when we lose all the balance. That's when we need to learn to be a little more considerate to ourselves. And whatever is not necessary, not needed by us, will be there for others to enjoy, others to use. And that's how we will become a better world, better family. So that's the summary of what we do. And such an undivided attention. I'm very thankful to all of you. Hardly anybody was breathing.
And the disconnect people have when we don't look like them, when we don't talk like them. And I think that interconnectedness and creating that interconnectedness is a broad issue. How would you say that we should build that trust with not just people who look like us and talk like us, but more especially with people who don't?
Your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. When you meet new people, ask not what they can do for you, ask what you can do for them. That's how you build trust and hope. So I think when you meet somebody, ask how can I add value to their lives? How can I do something? How can I benefit them? I think that's where the trust starts growing. After some time, they just start reciprocating. But it's always give first and get later to build trust.
I would like to know if in India, since you've started your schools, do you see a difference in the country, not just the people that attend your schools are associated with the institution, but because of your presence, you have impacted how people think about other people in ways of caste. I've been so discouraged in our country because it seems like we're moving backwards when it comes to race relations. And I want to have hope that in helping this mission, that it's more than just helping the people that are poor, but helping all the other people that are impacted.
Caste comes from the word kasta, which means classes. So in every society there are classes of people, right? I'm not necessarily saying there's a hierarchy of people, but there are people with different aptitudes and abilities. And that was the original idea of caste. And that word is newly invented by the colonial people, but it wasn't there earlier. There was another word which was called varnashrama, and which meant classes of people, not hierarchical, but aptitudinal classes. So there is somebody who is a musician and somebody who is a, let's say, a doctor. Well, there are two different types of people with different aptitudes. Is a musician greater than the doctor? Can't say.
What is there a balance in gratification and satisfaction and contentment?
Satisfaction and contentment. I mean, very difficult to say. I can't go to the Oxford Dictionary to get the right meanings, but if I have to simply put it in some perspective, it's about you, your senses, your pleasures, your joy, physical ones, it's gratification. When you are mentally challenged, you have achieved something, there is a sense of achievement, some kind of satisfaction that I was supposed to do this, I did this. But when you go beyond the call of duty, beyond you, I think that is the true contentment. At three levels, at a very physical, gross level, animals also have that gratification. I eat good food, I enjoy the food, I had a good sleep, I'm safe, I have a family, gratification. These are all the same as animals.
We warmly welcome all of you on behalf of the One World, One Family mission, a global humanitarian organization active in 100 countries. Part of this global mission is Education for All, which is organized nation come together to transform society. My name is Bhuvna Santanam, Chief Collaborations Officer of the One World, One Family mission. And along with my two young friends, Satvik Shivaram pursuing undergraduation at the University of Northeastern in Boston, and Sai Prem pursuing high studies in medical school, we will be your MCs for this evening's program. We are deeply honored to welcome our esteemed guest of honor, Sri Madhusudan Sai. Please put your hands together and join us in extending a very warm and heartfelt welcome to Sri Madhusudan Sai.
Belief that survival of the weakest is paramount. The mission centers on children, women, and those who are marginalized, including orphans and the elderly, especially those with equal opportunities. We are also committed to nurturing cultural and spiritual development as an integral part of our work. We will now have a short video on the One World, One Family mission showcasing glimpses of.
We are now pleased to invite Mr. Shivaram, the coordinator for Education for All. Education for All Digital is an inspiring initiative under the One World, One Family mission that is focused on supporting access to free quality education. We now invite Mr. Shivaraj to kindly join us on stage.
Good evening, everyone. Namaste. First of all, I would like you to be relaxed, enjoy this program. And you already saw the One World One Family mission, and I'm sure you understood the mission and the goal of this organization. Before I talk more about the mission, I would like to also give a mention to some of the organizations out here. There's representation from the different organizations such as Kannada, Telugu, Hindi, Hindu Temple of Atlanta, then local newspapers, NRI Pulse, and the TV9, Mana TV, and so on. And also I'd like to mention Rotary Club. Our Rotary Club friends are here. I'm also part of that, and you can wave. And we also have the representative from Annapurna mission. Annapurna is the morning nutrition that our organization serves daily 10 million children in India and 5 countries. And Sai Prasad and Anand are here. They're sitting in the back, but they're working hard. What the People Show does is, it trains the youths, especially underprivileged youths, especially in IT, and places them in some of the companies. And there are People Source representatives as well here. And Priya is there from People Source. You can wear it. Thank you.
This whole thing possible by visiting today. And I wanted to just share with you on one of my first visit to Mudinahali, which is only about 30 minutes from Bengaluru Airport, I was struck by the beauty of the campus. And every year since then, that I've been back, there's been new buildings that are just as beautiful or more beautiful. And I wanted to say how I got involved in Education for All. We had a chance one year, pre-COVID, to visit a girls' school. These were 6th to 12th grade girls. And this was a beautiful campus.
In the Clarksdale Medical Center since 2020. And initially when I went there, I was so shocked at the poverty there and the need for medical care. It was just amazing. But through these last few years, 6 years to be exact, we've come a long way. Initially we had many challenges. Our patients did not think that we can provide free medical care for them. The community was very wary about why we are here and why we want to do all what we're doing. And then the medical providers felt that we may be taking away the business, so they were not very happy with us being there.
So I always concerned about going behind the podium. I'm worried that people may not see my face. So I'm just going to start from here. It's a great privilege. I thank everyone for giving me this opportunity to be working in Clarksdale. And I always wanted to serve the country, want to give back to the country with support. I came in 1984. I've been here for a long time. I raised my kids. I really wanted to give back. I felt that is the most patriotic thing to do. So I was looking for opportunity, how to wind up and do some services. I suddenly came to know about this Clarksdale, the free clinic. Then I decided, okay, this is my time, my opportunity. So I decided to close my practice, and then I moved to Clarksdale and I'm working there as a volunteer.